Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 25%. For those of you that's new to the channel, our goal is to give people something organic, to give them the uncut truth. We don't have it scripted. I don't give people stuff to say. Some of them ask me, hey, what are the questions that we're going to talk about? And I tell them, we're going to just go with the flow. And the reason being is because I don't want no one studying something. I mean, you guys are coming here to 25% to learn about, business owners and the things of their ups and their downs and their goods and their flows and the good part and the bad parts about it. But I want you, those that are continue to support us, I want you, don't forget to click like, click share, and follow. And also leave an amazing comment, because I'm more than sure some of the people that are new to subscribe to us, they're going to want to hear how you guys feel about it. And also, I like it. I need it. I need the likes. I need the shares. I need the follows. So the more I get, the better I'm off. And I feel good about getting up every morning, reaching folks to newcomers. And as you can see, I just said and I don't know how many times I said I might have said again and again. But at the end of the day, as a business owner, we fall down. But you know what? We get back up. So with that, with further ado, I have this awesome gentleman. He's an entrepreneur. And I'm going to let him, introduce himself. He has a lot of energy. He seems like he's good for the camera. He's phenomenal to me. I'm like, wow, I'm just meeting this guy. So his name, without, holding up any longer, I don't want to give it a 20-minute introduction. So I want to give Mr. Zoe the flow.
My brother, appreciate it, man. What's going on? My name is Zoe. Well, the original is Lorenzo, but everybody call me Zoe. I am the founder of Humbl Hustlr, which is a streetwear brand that focuses on the efforts put into the hustle. We also have a social impact leg called Hustle Print, where we help young men in high school develop and form businesses. So super excited to be a part of 25% podcast crew. I'm ready to give it, man.
You ready to give? So what you ready to give? Give some knowledge.
Hey, man, I'm ready to give my full, transparent, authentic self. So whatever questions you ask me, I want to make sure I fully answer it with the proper way for your audience and gain some understanding.
Okay. So you know what? How old were you when you decided to start your business?
Man, I was 30.
Say what now?
I was 30 when I...
Well, have you made 30 yet?
Oh, I'm past 30. I'm well beyond past 30.
Oh, gosh, I'm thinking you're a teenager. That's why I'm asking.
Nah, man, I wish. Man, you're a good brother. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, so I started.
True.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. Yeah, I started my company when I was 30 years old. And surprisingly, man, it was like the best experience I can ever imagine, I can say.
Okay, so when you decided to start it, what major were you working in corporate? Because I didn't do too much of research. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I want people to know that, like with this podcast, with 25%, and I tell people I'd rather have 25% of something in business than 100% of nothing, and that's where we get it from. And I want people to know, the truth. I want to be naked. If I fall down, if I trip, I want them to see it.
Yeah.
Transition, what did you do until you was 30? I know probably high school. Did you go to college and then the transition to work world and then you started your business? Or was just a stay-at-home person and didn't do nothing, let the ladies take care of you? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, no, man. So I do have an undergrad degree. So I went to college. I went to the HBCU.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. My undergrad is in mass comm, focused in public relations and marketing. Moved to Atlanta in 2013. Started working in entertainment. And it wasn't until 2016 is when I was on set. I was on the set for a photo shoot. We were on set for I think 12 to like 14 hours, like nonstop. Yeah, man. Yeah, and it was a summer 16 cover concept. So we were working with over 6 to 10 different like talent at one time. So in my head, just imagine you're connecting with the designer, the photographer, the chef, the creators, like so many people behind the scenes that were noticed. It's just everybody hustling to get this really amazing cover. And that's what the ideal of Humbl Hustlr came from. Like, I strategically removed the E in Humbl Hustlr because the effort isn't always seen. So 2017, I formed a t-shirt brand. I put it on there. My background is marketing. So I'm big on like storytelling. I'm big on strategy and development, getting the message out just so people can resonate with the brand message. Fast forward, man, started hosting networking events. We did different type of photo shoots, campaigns, interview series. And it wasn't until 2019 is when we formed that social impact part, which is the Hustle Print, where we help young men start businesses. So 2020, we developed a 12-week curriculum where we take young men through a 12-week curriculum, and towards the end, they pitch their business idea to a panel of judges for investment.
That's pretty good.
Very detailed. My bad, man.
I know, but the thing about it is that people need to know that.
Yeah.
And everybody knows because people think that you wake up in the morning and they don't have the backstory. Mm-hmm. So everyone doesn't know like how all these business owners get started.
Yeah.
And you have a story to tell.
Yeah.
And sometimes the place of employment that you have then can carry on to moving you to the next chapter in your life. So everybody have chapters.
Yeah.
And you have to move on in phases. And something I posted on social media the other day, and probably when this air, it probably like a week or so. But what I posted is that people from back home thinks that I've changed. No, I've evolved. Yeah. And I work hard to get to the next level. I don't think that I should still be doing the same things I was doing when I was 16 or working the same jobs like Popeyes and McDonald's. Still doing it, shopping the same places I was shopping. I work hard to get to where I'm at, to have the things that I have. So I want people to know, like you, is this solely your only source of income, or you have a job on the side?
No, this is my only source of income. And to your point, like, evolution is real. Like, especially when you have an opportunity to gain access from certain conversations with people. Some people use that to their advantage to grow, while others people kind of stray away from it and like try to stay in that same box, working at Popeyes, working at McDonald's or whatever, like, minimum wage. Again, full transparency, there's nothing wrong with having a minimum wage job.
Chicken.
Yeah. But no, to your point,
I said hot bird. I was saying hot bird at Popeyes. I did that. I was there.
Yeah.
But I always knew that, I wanted more.
Yeah.
And I've always felt that I belong in a management role. I didn't feel that I was in the entry level. And I liked the job. And I remember one day I was making, and I'm much older than you probably, since you told me you're over 30, but I'm still in my 40s. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's me, that guy. So back in the 90s, I had a job and I was making $4.25 an hour. Some people don't even know what that is nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, you can just buy a soda for that. I had to work an hour for that. So with that, I had to work on a job and I worked 82 hours. Every pay period, I had 2 hours of overtime. And my check used to be $304. That was I worked for 2 weeks. So it's hard when you're having to survive in minimum wage. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, wow, these people getting paid $15 an hour. I used to wish I got paid $5 an hour.
And I feel like we need those experiences. Like, I always tell people,
it made me the person I am today.
Yeah, because like, I know a lot of people who try to like jump right into entrepreneurship or starting a business without even working in the customer service, environment. I encourage anybody before starting your own business to find some type of customer service job, because you need to learn how to work with different people.
But not even necessarily, not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
The thing is that people need to find a job is you need to understand, get a job, work at those customer service business so you can understand the type of relationship you have even with your coworkers and your peers.
Exactly.
Because some of the things that people do, I've had employees do in the past, I tell them, your future is my past. You just starting to do things that I've been doing.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is that people have to realize that you need that, like you said, that experience to go, and you can translate it, because things I've did in my job and the things I thought I could get away with, like going in the stall in the restroom, and after leaving the club from all night long partying with my friends, thinking I'm young, and getting in the stall and going take me a 15-minute nap. Yes, I did those things. I took naps. So I think that is pretty good that you're sharing that with people, and it's good to think that, hey, you need this job, you need to have this experience. You need to know how to write someone up. You need to know what they do when they suspend someone. You need to know how to terminate someone. Yeah. And you need to know the things and protocols to get through it. Because people fail to realize that, I'm more than sure with you surviving on your own, it can be stressful, but people feel that as being a business owner, it's easy, it's given, and we have all the free time in the world. They feel that we have all the money in the world. Yeah. You own your own business and you're rich. No, sweetie. I just have bills. Yeah. I have bigger bills.
It's a big misconception. And to your point, I always encourage people, don't feel like you have to do it on your own. Like, it's okay to either find a business partner, or it's okay to join somebody else's vision. Because I don't think everybody is built to be like a CEO or an actual founder of a company. Some people are great at being the co-lead, whether it being the graphics, whether it being accounting, whether it being sales or whatever, don't always feel pressure to start your own company thinking you have to do it that way. Cause I feel like your network is so important. I always tell my mentees, like, you may be around your next business partner and you all can build the next Fortune 500 company if you just kind of like minimize the ego and figure out what kind of product or service can we develop to make life easier for somebody else.
But the thing about that is, and when you say minimize the ego, and I tell this to people too, when it comes to that, something that people do have to understand, when you do get into a partnership, you're in a marriage.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And you got to tell them all the time.
You're in bed with them every day.
All night long.
All night long.
Baby, you thinking about them more than you thinking about the spouse.
There is no such thing as office hours. Because an amazing idea may come like 2 o'clock in the morning, and you got to get it out your head.
In the shower.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
And you just need to call and text somebody. Like,
where's my phone? Where's my phone? But then, and I look at that, but I tell people, and I talked to one of my friends today, and hopefully she watches the podcast and she'll know I'm talking about her. And I talked to her today, and she was like, oh, well, it's me and my sister, and it's another business partner that's coming on board with us. I said, well, where's your business partner? She said, oh, she had another meeting to take. She's not here. I said, well, you don't need to go into business with her.
At all.
And she was like, wait, what? No, she the one came with the idea. I said, I'm going to say it again. You don't need to go into business with her. And the reason being is she's already dumping her load. She's telling you all to bring back the information to her. So with that, to her, but with that, she's dumping her responsibilities onto you already. Maybe if she has the idea, hire her as a consultant, but don't go into business with her. And people, those are some things that, to be I guess I don't want to say the devil's advocate, but the guy it ain't always good to go in business with everybody.
No, absolutely. Like, you definitely need to find a business partner that shares the same amount of passion as you. Because to me, I look at starting a business as like a newborn baby, and it's like
I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, like like it's a newborn child that you want to see this baby walk and graduate and just go off to be this successful person. So that's how I view my business, and I never want to work. I would never want to go in business with somebody who shares the same skill set as I do. I need to find somebody who's great at numbers, who's great in accounting. That way I can focus on the marketing and branding and the systems, if that makes sense. I think it's always beneficial when you find somebody with similar passion, but different skill set to grow the company.
And the thing about that is, though, that's a good idea. I didn't ever look at it that way. And you just taught me something new.
Look at me, 25%, now it's 26% podcast. You know what I'm saying? I won't.
Yeah, but I got this I got this name here from one of my friends, talking to him as a side note, sidebar. I was talking to my friend, and I was talking to him about business, and I was like, I have this situation and I don't know what to do. And he was like, Donald, you need to take the deal. And I was like, why? I'm like, I don't feel I'm going to get so much out the deal. I'm not going to get that much money out of it. He said, I'd rather have 25% of something than 100% of nothing.
Wow. Listen.
And he taught me that. And guess what? Ever since then, since 2017, since he taught me that, my business has grown. Because I've started looking at things as a full cup or half full, however they want to say it, whatever the philosophy of it is. But I start looking at it as though I have opportunities that's out there that's waiting for me to create and to welcome and to make a whole dollar. Like, I can't just because I'm walking up the street with my head up in the sky and I'm walking over a quarter, because if I walk over 3 more, that's $1 I didn't pass up.
Yeah.
So with that, I talked to him and I was like, okay, hey, I said not him, but after I talked to him, spoken with him, I sat down to myself and said, you know what, that's something serious, and I need to start, looking at deals, pulling deals together, looking at the type of services that I offer, and try to take those pieces, and I don't want to call them crumbs, but take those quarters and make me a whole dollar.
Yeah.
And I want to know something like, in your business, how much was it? Not, I don't want you to have to give an exact amount, but I mean, kind of be honest with my audience.
Yeah.
Like, how was it to get started financially, and what did you have? Was it given to you? Did you have to go out and get loans? Did you have to ride Peter to pay Paul? Let's give them some organic ideas and let the people know, like, hey, like, this is what the real life is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because
people take out their 401k.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I always feel like before starting your business, if you don't have that capital and you don't have, a pops or a mom or an investor that can just pour into your business, if you are working, you need to start developing an exit strategy. And an exit strategy consists of like you putting away a certain amount of dollars that go towards your business, and be okay with starting small. Like, a lot of people feel like, I can't launch unless it's right and it's perfect, and that's just like failure, because there's no such thing as a perfect, launch. So be okay with putting away 20% of your check bi-weekly or every 2 weeks. 25 exactly, because I feel if you can make that commitment while on a job, then the sky's the limit for your business. But if you can't control your mind to say, okay, 25% of every check I get, whether it being bi-weekly, weekly, or daily, I'm putting this away and not touching this because this is going towards my business. If you can't make that commitment in the beginning, you're just ready for failure. Like, especially, and you can't be, well, for me, I'm not a money motivated type of person.
Me either.
You know, my goal is to build something to become valuable, because I feel once you're valuable, the money will come and people will pay whatever you charge. You know,
but I want you to circle back, baby. I
I'm
sorry. One question.
No, I know.
I want you to get back to it because they need to know that. So they're gonna listen. They're like,
So the exit strategy. So
not the exit strategy.
I'm telling you, that's how I started my company. I put away 25% of every amount of money I earned from all of my jobs. So I had different contract works. I was doing different freelance opportunities. I was working at the radio station. I was working with the agency and the magazine company. Any opportunities I was having coming my way, I was putting away 25%, not even playing on the name of 25% for transparency. But I was putting away 25% of anything I was bringing in to go towards my business.
And how long did you have to do that before you decided to start?
I don't really have like a date. I will say I started developing everything in 2016 and I launched in 2017.
Oh, okay. So you had a cute coin to go for your flow.
I mean, it was okay. It was nice, you know. But you got to factor a lot of up costs though. Like,
tell it to them.
Yeah, you got to think about your LLC. You got to think about opening up your business bank account. You got to thinking about getting your DBA. You got to think about your website. You got to think about hiring a web designer. You got to think about hiring somebody to develop the logo, somebody to do also the product, the merch. If you're doing local, if you're doing distributions overseas, so there's a lot of things to factor in. Not just can we cuss on here?
Oh, baby, just be free.
Okay, not a shit ton of money just sitting in the bank, just waiting for you to just allocate X, Y, and Z. Like,
but did you, when you started, because we're gonna be honest and candid.
Yeah, we should be honest.
Of course,
absolutely.
Of course. Yeah, I can't have it no other way.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, when you started, did the money start rolling in, or did you have to deplete and have to go? Because see, I ate noodles. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
That's a good question.
I ate some noodles.
Yeah.
And I was in business for a couple of years, but I still ate me some shrimp. The chimp.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me, but bear with me. But the chicken, we gonna say the chicken pack. That was good. So I had the chicken. I would get them. I got creative. I would chop up some little wieners, the little hot dogs, Frank hot dog wieners.
I love it, man. Nothing wrong with it. Exactly.
And mix it with some seasoning. Yeah. I had a gourmet meal. I had me a lali.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So I want to know, when you started and you had your resources there, did the business flow and was it getting tough?
No, like money was coming in, but money was also going out at the same time. So I was still working my freelancer contract jobs while still developing my business. Like, I didn't become a full-time entrepreneur until last year during the pandemic. So I'm very new in the game, like as far as full-time. Exactly.
So you need Similac.
Hey, I love it, man, you know, because like I tell people, like the first year was a rocky year because the money was coming in, but the money was also coming out. But that's why I tell people, like, if you are looking to get in this space, don't think that overnight it's just going to change.
It don't.
At all. Like,
you're going to take a long
and
sleep.
Your journey is always different from somebody else's journey, and understand that. You know, a lot of people, some people may get that ideal and it popped the first year. They get that angel investor for like 2.3 mil. And then you have some people.
Send me one?
You're hilarious, bro. But yeah, man. So yeah, I always tell people, like, your journey is always different, but just be prepared for what you pray for. That's all I was saying.
Say that again.
Yeah, you got to be prepared for what you pray for.
No, I want the first part.
Hey, be prepared.
No, I want the first part.
I don't even know what I said.
You don't know.
Hey, I'm just going on top of my head right now, bro.
Your journey.
Oh, your journey.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
I felt that
everybody's journey is different, you know? And I always... that. And I think I forgot what else I said after that, man, but it is what it is.
You got to be prepared.
Oh, you got to be prepared for what you pray for.
And you do got to be prepared. And I tell people that all the time. And I even talk to my mother because she's a praying woman and I'm praying myself. Yeah. But my prayers are always just giving grace and thanks. Yeah. Because I'm humble and I don't ask for more, because what God has given me, I'm grateful for it and I'm appreciative of it. And if He want me with more, He'll give me more. So this wasn't something I woke up on and said, oh, I want to be in entertainment. I want to be a celebrity. This is not no dream of mine. This is what my team told me to do. They was like, you have so much knowledge. You always running your mouth to us. You always so they was like, you always just running that tongue like it ain't no tomorrow. So you know what? We're gonna put it to use and we're gonna give the world all this knowledge you have up to 16 years. So and the thing about it is 16 years, yes. And the thing about it is I've had some good, some bad and some ugly. And like I told you, I ate noodles because I had to pay my employees before I can pay myself.
Absolutely.
Because I tell people this all the time. Your employees come to work for a peace of mind. They come for a guaranteed paycheck. They don't come for someone to play games with their money.
Absolutely.
Because you pay them to not drop the ball.
Yeah.
So with that, I've always understood that. And I thank God I haven't missed a paycheck.
You know, I love that mindset. I never thought about it like that, but that is good. Like, you literally pay them to not drop the ball.
I pay them not to drop the ball. You can't drop the ball.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But you know why? Because I can't drop the ball.
Yeah. So even if you probably suffer financially, your team should not suffer. You know, so your team always need to get paid.
They have bills at home.
That's dope,
They have
bro.
bills at home, and they don't come to work to struggle. So a lot of business owners would be like, well, okay, I got to go into my savings. I was eavesdropping to one of my friends' conversation. I am very nosy. Yes, I am. So I was eavesdropping to one of my friends' conversation, and his ex-girlfriend called him stressing like, oh, I got payroll. I'm going to have to, I just hear her yagging because I want to cry. I got payroll. I got to go into my savings account, and I got to pay these people. The money ain't coming in. I got to pay my employees. In a sense, she had to take her own money and pay them. So when he got off the phone, like, oh, I feel bad for her. I was like, I looked at him, I said, baby, it's business.
Yeah, it's business.
Nothing personal.
Yeah.
And you have to understand the difference of business and the definition of personal.
Yeah.
And when you do, you can make the right decision.
Yeah.
And when it comes to business, you have to make selfless decisions. You can be selfish with personal, but when it comes to business and you have employees, you have to make selfless decisions because you can't be selfish.
Yeah.
You have to make it and say, you can't think of self. You have to think of them first. People come to work to make the sacrifice. They have to pass up a ton of jobs to come to your place of employment to work, to do the job. Now, if you don't like the performance that they're doing, then you have the choice to get rid of them. But when you keep them that day and you allow them to clock in and clock out and come back the next day, you need to pay them people. Yeah. You can't. And I told him, and he's like, you being cold. I said, no, she's being selfish. Yeah. She wants to keep the money for herself and work. You can't do that.
Nah, like in business, you can't look at it, even if you have a great month. Like, you can't look at it as if like, yo, it's lit. No, like, no. Like, more money, more problems, you know, great problems.
Every day presents its own problem in business.
Exactly.
Every day in
Every
business.
Single day.
I promise you, I wake up in the morning and I tell people it costs money to get up. It costs money to get up.
Especially living in Georgia when there's so many things that's always changing, a new fee, a new law, a new something.
Just gas.
Yeah.
I paid $90. I took a picture of it, and if I get it, I'm probably put it on this clip and I'm going to show it. But I paid $90 for 19 gallons of gas for my truck.
Wow.
You tell me what I should have been doing. Yeah. So people think, but that's gas. It's not gas because when I'm off work, I'm asleep. Yeah. I want to get in my bed.
Yeah, you want to disconnect. You want to disconnect.
I don't even want to watch TV. Yeah. And people be telling me, my barber tell me all the time, he be like, well, what TV show are you watching? And I was like, say what? He was like, what TV show? I'm like, dude, you're an entrepreneur. You shouldn't be watching that much TV. Yeah. But, I kept my mouth quiet. If he see this, he's going to be like, oh, you being fake. You didn't tell me. But he always asks me like, what new TV show you watching? When your mind is always racing. Yeah. And I cannot get into, like, one of my favorite shows is Chicago PD. Okay. Love that show. Okay. And I love Law and Order SUV. I love those little like those little movies. I guess Law. I guess it's always Chicago PD is policemen, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. So I love those type of shows. But I can't tell you the last time I watched Law and Order. Yeah. And I religiously do catch up on Chicago PD, but I haven't caught last episode. Okay. Like the last episode, and I got the new one that's coming tomorrow. I don't get that. Like, I can't, my mind be racing, and I have to want to go to sleep in order to watch the show. Yeah. And of course, if you want to go to sleep and you focus on the show, your mind is going away. You're not watching that show. You just using it as a NyQuil.
As a NyQuil, exactly. No, but like even growing up, you watch so many movies of like the stay-at-home mom with the kids, and you never see the father. He's in a room locked in doing business on different calls. And now it makes sense because, to your point, like in business, there's no such thing as like a 9 to 5. There's no cutoff time.
To say what? A 9 to who? Do a 9 exist?
Yeah, it is a non-exist, man, because it's crazy because an opportunity can come at Saturday at 2 o'clock And it can also...
How about Sunday when you're in church with the Lord and you're saying hallelujah and you get something that's like, hold on, Lord, I'm coming. But wait a minute, baby, I'll see you after this church in one. But wait a minute. If it's urgent, I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
So, and you know, if customers have your personal cell phone, and no, I'm not talking about my customers, but I'm not going to lie. Some of y'all at 11 o'clock at night, it could have waited till the next morning. You did not have to text me. But, you know, that's what separates me from the H&R Blocks and the Jackson Hewitts and the TurboTax, because guess what? I'm there personally for them. Yeah, and they personally know me. So, yes, 9 to 5, 9 to who? I can't, and as being a serial entrepreneur, it takes a lot because I want to do more. I want to give more, and my team is pushing me for more. And I used to always look at, as a kid, I liked the Oprah show, going to college before I had a business. I used to be like, how the heck do Oprah do it? Like, how do you do it? And again, it's building a strong team.
I was just about to say, your team, like I was watching a Big Sean interview on, I think, Drink Champs like a few weeks ago, but I was watching it yesterday, and he was saying when he signed his deal, like he developed a team to only focus on him and building him. Like that's his team responsibility. They couldn't have any other jobs but to build his brand. And it makes sense because he is the guy he is today because of his strong team. And I feel now people are forming teams and building teams, but the team is not consistent and they don't really
I'm gonna
see
tell you
the
why.
vision.
Something I see with people building team is people building teams with folks that are, and if it don't apply to you, please don't shoot me. But sometimes people are building teams with people that can carry their bags and be the yes man. They're not building teams with them for the effort that they're really putting in and can do. Because I have a team that got me here. Like, this wasn't my idea. This wasn't my vision. This was my team's idea and vision. And they wanted to see this, and they want the business to grow. They want me to grow. They want me to evolve, and they want me to be better and do more. So that came, and then they contacted, you know, Mattel, who then, you know, introduced me to you. My team researched and done that. It wasn't me. So that's the team of wanting us. You want to see you. And prime example, I asked one of my employees, I was like, you have great work ethics. And he looked at me and said, oh, okay, thank you. I was like, what motivates you? He's like, I take the responsibility that I need to take care of clients. And that made me feel good. And then I had one employee, I was like, this was years ago, and this what made me felt like, I'm doing something right. Like, I was like, He was like, So I talked to him. I was like, he gave me this tax client. And I was like, what is this? He was like, this is a client I'm bringing to the business. This is one of, you know, my friends. I was like, why are you giving me this? Like, why are you giving me all these clients? Like, what's that? He was like, well, so you get the money so you can give us money. I was like, wow, it clicks. It clicks. And that's a good thing. Because that's part of the team. And that's teamwork. And it's not the ones that be sitting up here like, I can't wait to get off. What I got to go grocery shopping. Like, they want me to do this. They want me to do this. I'll tell you this. I told one of my friends, I don't feel comfortable talking with employees. And he said, And I said, being honest, I said, because all they do is complain about what their boss want them to do. But I'm on the other side of the fence, and I know what it takes. You know, they don't.
You don't like to talk to people who are employees for other companies?
Yes, because
not your employees.
Oh no,
I was about to say, man, hold on, wait a minute.
My team is family. I don't even call my team employees.
They cool. Like, wait a minute.
No, they are family. I don't like to because, and it's my friends, and they're gonna give me crap about it because I never told it to them. But we have debates, and it's because I'm telling them is that you're complaining because your boss wants you to do this work. But how about you complain? How about your boss complain he got to pay you? How about your boss complain when like you said, my business is a business where in December and November it's a slow season, right? So with that being said, is when I'm in a slow season, I still have to pay these bills. And the lifestyle that I am, I can't tell my employees that you only getting paid seasonal money. You have lifetime bills. You have bills that you need to pay every week and every, you know, whatever you pay your bills. I don't care, month, whatever. But you have that responsibility. So when I be talking to my friends, they be like, I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go in the office. I don't want to do this. And it's like, I can't talk to you about that.
No, absolutely. I feel it. And I'm not even gonna lie. I used to be that person when I used to work for a company. I would half-ass.
God showed you.
Like I would half-ass every day. I'm on the phone, like trying to take a long break or whatever. Like I totally get it. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, like once you start a business, you realize like, oh shit, every dollar counts. You know? So no, I get it.
Not dollars, quarter. We're gonna say quarters. This 25%.
25%.
But
Exactly.
this is the thing. Have you hired any employees?
No, absolutely. I have a full team now. Thank God.
What's your team?
Yes, I have an accounting. I have 5 people. I have an accounting.
Excuse me? You have a what?
An accountant.
So you're going to do what with that accountant?
I mean, I guess I'm about to hire 25%. I don't know.
Waves accountant and consultant.
Right, exactly.
Okay, accountant.
Yeah, so I just onboarded a CFO. I have an events manager. I have a graphics team. And I also have an executive assistant too. So
that's amazing.
No, thank you, man.
And that's admirable.
No, I appreciate it, man.
I mean, I really do tell you that because I know what it takes to add those pieces and add the part about that and be responsible for others. Yeah. And that's admirable. And especially just going full time within a year, no matter what you did the first few years, you was preparing yourself for to be that man in 2019.
And the good thing, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
But I mean, I admire that about you, that you built your business and you continuously growing. So that's good.
No, I appreciate it, man. And like, it wasn't like an easy journey because like full transparency, like I really had to bring in the CFO to help me with like leadership and communication skills because I don't really do well at explaining stuff to the team. So it's kind of like I would hire somebody and I'm telling them what I want and they'll deliver and it's the complete opposite of what I want, right? So I had to bring in somebody else that
I feel hit.
like, cause I'm telling you, man, it's important to bring in somebody who have like some kind of like HR recruiting experience because they have that patience and can explain things.
They have that what?
The patience.
And you have to have what?
You got to have patience.
When you're what?
When you're an entrepreneur and a business owner.
You got to have it and you got to realize it. And I don't care what it, and to piggyback off what you said, people and adults can go home and run their household. Yeah. But when they come to work, they're like children. Yeah. It's a total opposite.
It's a complete,
so you have to have that patience. You have to be a parent. I don't want to say they're your kids, but you have to have the patience. And that's good. And you know the beauty of that is that you fix the problem. Yeah. You're putting a system in place. Exactly. And that's what people need to understand. And that's what my viewers need to understand. You can't just give up. You went out and spent more money. You're going the extra mile. You're putting back into your business. And that's the
key, man. It's just about spending more money. And I think, a lot of people that, again, going back to what we said earlier, we see a lot of money come in and we try to like cut corners and not hire quality people because we want to keep that money, and that's not how this game works. Like,
explain that to me. See, this is what people got telling them. When the money comes in, it's not for you; it's for the business.
It's for the business.
It's for the who?
It's for the business, and that's the harsh reality about in owning your business.
Want people to
accept. Because you see money come in, and you thinking like. Yachts, party, travel, brunch, bottles, sneakers, clothes. No.
Get off of Instagram if that's your thought.
Yeah, like you got to put in more money to hire quality people just so that number can continue to grow. And
they don't see that though. And something else I like to tell people all the time, and that people don't fail to realize as business owners, pay your taxes.
Oh, listen, that's why I had to bring in my guy. I call him Jeremy Right Off Watson. Like that's because he knows.
But who you bringing in next?
I'm bringing in Williams Consulting, accounting and consulting. There we go.
Okay, so y'all, we gotta understand. I'm trying to close the deal, but that's business. This is business. It's not personal. Because you know why? Like my book said, I eat what I kill. Exactly. If I don't kill nothing, I don't eat. Yeah. But I thank God I signed some new clients. I signed some new business this week and last week. So things are looking.
Yeah, I mean, you in luxury. You at the bro, you in perimeter. What's it? The Battery.
Oh, and I promise you, and I belongs here. Asa belongs here. I'm home.
I love it, man.
Asa home.
I love it. You got to have a ticket to get in. I love it.
And you have to knock to get in the door.
Exactly. Somebody have to let you in, actually.
Okay. So now we understanding that these are things, but you know what? At one point in time in my life, you didn't have to get a ticket to get in.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You always had to knock on the door. Yeah. But you didn't have to have a ticket to get in.
You always have to embrace the journey. Like,
oh my God.
You have to embrace the journey. Understand where you came from.
Today. Yeah. It made me who I am today, and it helps me to deal with problems that I get. Last week was a tough week. Stuff always tumbling and coming, and I'm not gonna lie. And like I told my followers, it isn't easy. No, absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie and say I have a perfect life. I always
feel like you need to find a hobby when you are forming a business, because if you put so much time and effort in only your business and you don't have anything to disconnect in the beginning phase, depression is going to kick in. Like, money's not coming in, things are not coming the way you want. They're not. The outcomes aren't coming the way you thought they would, and like now you want to give up. Like, I always tell people, like, babysit, have fun in it. Like, figure out a hobby, form a team, like support group, whatever works for you while you're on this journey, because instant gratification is non-existent.
But instant gratification is not the way. And I tell people that all the time. And I tell them to look for the long haul.
Absolutely.
You know, pray for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Absolutely.
Because and then the worst can be you're not having it. And I mean, I had a business that I had to close.
Yeah.
That wasn't, I lost hundreds of thousands in.
Yeah.
And that was something that I had to do but that was a tough decision that I had to make, had to make, excuse me guys, but that's just me. But I had to make that decision, and it was hard and it was depressing because it was like, I'm actually failing. And I felt that I was a failure, but actually, no, I was a businessman. And like a wise guy told me, he said, never fall in. He's into real estate and he has tons of property. And I asked him how he became successful. He said, only thing I'm gonna tell you is never fall in love with a piece of property.
Whew, listen. I look at that and I can relate that to like content. I always tell people, like, if you're trying to like grow social media or stay consistent, stay relevant, don't fall in love with just one episode or one photo shoot or one video. Like, put all that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Because that unexpected piece of content would be that one piece of thing that would make you go viral. You know, it may be something that you probably didn't even put a lot of effort in, but it may be something a lot of people relate to, and then that's how you'll become viral. So, and
that's the thing about it is that's a good thing. And I hope that people take a message to that because everybody thinks that it has to be perfect, and sometimes perfect doesn't always.
I learned the hard way, man. Nah, like you
learn the hard way.
Oh man,
I learned hundreds and millions of dollars later.
Yeah, because and Martell will tell you building out a campaign, you spending a shit ton of money for a rollout, and 30% of your audience receives it, and probably 20% fall in love with it, and now you're kind of in the red, you know. So
in the red, a kinda, you say, like you just busted. Like I remember one video I did like my team came to me and it was like, okay, we're gonna do these videos and this is gonna cost like $12,000. I said, y'all do realize we just spent $8,000 on some other videos. Yeah. And it was like, I was like, it's no return was on those videos. None. And it was like, but these videos gonna work. I said, well, how about that? Instead of doing all three, we're gonna try with one. We're gonna cut that down some. Yeah. And we're gonna see how it works and how it interacts and what it does. Because it takes a lot of work.
No, absolutely. It takes a lot. And like, I'm just thinking like Gary V, E.T. the Preacher, Hip Hop Preacher, like other like Complex Magazine, Shade Room, like if you notice, like on their channel, they're posting every single hour on the hour. You know, we may see 3 of the posts that they shared throughout that day, but if you look at it, they may share like 6 or 7 posts throughout that day. You know, so just consistent content going out, that one piece will make you go viral.
And the thing about it is that I got to figure that out. But you just taught me that, and I got to figure out how to get that viral piece.
Yeah. Like even the conversation we were having before, that was funny.
Yeah,
like
it was.
That could be some content, you know, like chopping this up, however you want to do it. Like,
but I mean, that was more like we didn't have it recorded and it was, authentic and it was a very casual conversation. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, they got some good content here. Yeah. And the thing about it is, I don't know if I want to go viral, but if it happens, it happens.
You don't? What?
No, I don't want to be a celebrity.
What?
I don't want to be a celebrity.
You must got a pass. No, just playing. that boy hiding something. What you got going on over there?
I don't have a thing going on.
What's the 75% that we don't know about?
The 75% you guys don't know about is that when I go out to eat, I want to go out to eat.
Nah,
I look at it. Like I look at it when other people go out, and I'm just being truthful. I want to be able to. If you want to ask me a question, yeah, sure. But I want to be able to shop. I want to be able to go out and eat dinner and not have. And I mean, if I have a problem in my life, like a loss of a loved one or something like that, I want the respect and courtesy to have that privacy. Yeah. And I feel that it's okay for people. And I may be wrong with this, but people feel because a person is a celebrity, they're not entitled to no privacy. You got to realize the part that they're a celebrity on, they're sharing that with you. Mm-hmm. Give them their personal time as a family to do the things, because celebrities are still humans. Mm-hmm. Some things they put out there for attention, some things they put out there for it to go viral or to get their attention and get to talking, and that's fine. Yeah. That's what they're welcome to. But certain things that certain people experience in life, all experiences isn't to be judged. Mm-hmm. But hey, I don't want to be in that situation. And that's why I don't put myself out there, because if I, God forbid, have a fall down, have a crash or something, I don't want everybody just like looking at me all day long, wondering and judging and how you're coming along. That I don't need that. Everything doesn't need to be replayed. Because I look at some, like when some people pass, they keep showing the person over and over on social media. you got to realize that people are still grieving.
Yeah.
And you're constantly talking about these topics. And sometimes grieving and losing someone is a hard thing to get past. But when you're constantly seeing it, it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
So you have to. I want to have my privacy to deal with certain things in life. And honestly, being a celebrity don't make me rich. Give me the money, keep the attention, and that's just it. I mean,
I love it, man.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. It's like, I don't know. No. let me get out the car and go into McDonald's and go get me something to eat. Because I'm more like, I wear Crocs.
Yeah.
Like all my clients know, and they would tell you this. Donald would tell you he would not be in a suit. And I would tell them, I'm like, you're not going to catch me in a suit. I want to be invited to the barbecue. I want to come to your house and eat crawfish and pop the head off and suck the head and pin the tails. Those are things I want to do. Okay. I don't want to be sitting up like I have to be this Mr. Belvedere, this professional person that's, walking a straight line. No, I'm crooked. I fall down. I'm human. No, I'm not about to pretend. And so with that, no, I don't want to. I think that there are some levels of privacy that celebrities are entitled to because they have kids.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I definitely agree, man. And I feel like in this day and age that we live in, like somebody's watching this and they're just going to assume that this is Donald 24/7. So if they see you in McDonald's, they want to come up to you and like have all that high energy, and you're like, "Yo, calm down,
my baby."
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, my baby.
Not right now. No, I get it, man. I get it.
I mean, like the thing about this, I'm not gonna be rude. If anybody wants to, you're welcome to talk to me. I'm okay with that. But the thing about it is, if you do it, but I mean, like I've seen celebrities out, and I'll be like, okay, that's that person, and. Of course, you get that inch in you where you be like, oh, I want to go speak to them. Like, nah, you got to let them have their dinner.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I've been in restaurants where I looked across the table, like, oh, okay. And like, one of my friends seen a celebrity who was out for my birthday, celebrated my birthday. And my friend, he was like, oh, that's a celebrity. He want to go speak to him. And I was just like, yeah, with a lady. Let him have his little moment in time. So if I'm out with my little, my companion or significant other, I want my time.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
That's our time because, it can be a little uncomfortable for them because it's like, hey, we're not having our time. I may want to be I may be mad with you tonight. I might want fuss.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So we got to keep it there. So that's it's nothing to hide. It's just I don't want to. That's not just where I am in life to be that person. But I mean, I'm glad you shared some great gems with the folks.
Nah, anytime, man. Today was really cool. Like I had a good time tonight.
I had a great time. I had an amazing time. Now, question. Give them some tips that you would tell entrepreneurs. What would be 3 things you would tell them, or 4 or 5 or 6?
Three things I'll say. Well, one, of course, figure out your purpose. And once you figure out and find your purpose in life, have fun in your purpose. Like, don't take it too serious. I feel what really helped me in the beginning phases of starting a business is try to figure out if you want to do a product or a service, and whatever that is, figure out what is something that the world needs and your company can provide an easier access or easier solution, and then develop a system from that. Another thing is, I'll say, start surrounding yourself around like-minded individuals with same energy that, can expand your way of thinking and your knowledge. And trust God. I don't know.
Oh my God!
And follow Humbl Hustlr at the Humbl Hustlr on Instagram. So
and I got to do that. So thank you for coming. I'm gonna follow you. And the thing about it is, I want some merch. I'm a size medium. I got you, man. No, I have you. I got you. I'm slim in the waist and cute in the face.
No, I got you, man. And the good thing is, like, because we're in like the perimeter area, so the merch is sold in Foot Locker and Foot Action throughout Atlanta. Come on, brother. So, man. So you can find the merch in Lenox, perimeter, Cumberland, West End Mall, South Lake, and Stonecrest, and online too as well.
So what's your website for online?
It's www.humbl, that's HUMBL, Hustler, HUSTLR.com.
Okay, we'll make sure we put that on here.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I want you guys to, if you like the show today, I want you to click like, click share, leave a comment, talk to me. And if it's some other topics of people or businesses that you want to see about, email me. You can email my assistant at info@williamsacct.com, the abbreviation for that. And send over some comments and, topics that you want us to talk about. But this guy here has given good load of information. I mean, I love his energy. I love the connection of working. Hopefully to have you back on the show again.
Absolutely.
This was amazing. I've learned from you. And I hope the team, anybody that's viewing, that's learning, if you do, go back and watch the show. But I really thank you. I really appreciate you. And you guys, again, get after it. Set your dreams, set your goals. Don't let nothing stop you. If you have goals set, if you don't, like this Joe said, start saving you some money to the side. Make sure your credit is good, because your credit will be utilized in your business.
Absolutely.
So make sure you have those things that, can add to your success and can help you grow. And it's not always good. It's not always easy to have credit, but at the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do. And that's the sacrifices of being a business owner. You just can't make no excuses, and you can't drop the ball.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
Anytime, man.
All right.
All right.